just talked about derived units. So now let's talk about how we can convert between different derived units and how we can convert between SI and English engineering units as well. And this is called the factor label method. You've probably seen it before, but it's very convenient, very easy to use, and so I'd like to review it here just so we're all on the same page. So let me start with a very simple example. Let's convert 1,000 joules to kilojoules. And the way that the factor label method works is that I take my quantity and I put it on the top of a fraction of a box like this. And on the next to it, I write one of the units that I'm trying to convert to. Okay, so here I'm doing kilojoules, and it's most convenient to use 1 for that. And in the bottom, down here, I need to write a unit that will cancel one or more of the units that are up here, and also do a conversion here. So I know 1 kilojoule is equal to 1,000 joules. And now I can see that this joule will cancel with this joule, and all I'm left with at the end is that kilojoule. So of course, 1,000 joules is equal to 1 kilojoule. So now let's do a little bit more complicated example. Let's convert the gravitational constant from the SI system to the English engineering system. Okay? So we have 9.81 meters per second squared that we're going to convert to feet per second squared. So here I write 9.81 meters per second squared. And I can see in what I'm going for that this also has a second squared. So I don't need to worry about converting this seconds here. I know that 1 foot, I'm going to put feet up here on the top because that's what I'm going for. And on the bottom, I'm going to replace this with meters. Or I'm going to cancel out the meters. Okay? So now I have meters canceling with meters. The seconds squared are going to stay the same. Dividing 9.81 by 0.3048 gives me 32.174 feet per second squared. Okay. As a third example, let me show you how we can take derived units, convert them to their base units, and convert the unit system of the base unit before we build back up. So I'm going to take 10 newtons and convert the newtons to a pound force. And I don't want to use the direct conversion factor. Of course, if I look on Google, I can find a direct conversion factor for newtons and pounds force. What I want to do instead is take the newtons, break it down to its base units in the SI system, convert the base units from SI to English engineering, and then build back up to find the pound force. All right? So here I have 10 newtons, and in 1 newton, there's 1 kilogram meter per second squared. So now I've converted this newton, right? Now my newtons cancel here. And I have this quantity in the base units for the SI system. Now I need to convert the kilogram and the meter from SI to English engineering. Okay, so in the next box, let's do the conversion here. 1 kilogram is approximately equal to 2.2 pound mass. Remember here that I'm using pound mass because I'm converting dimensions of mass, not a dimensions of force. Earlier I said that you should put the 1 on the top. Actually, it doesn't matter whether you put the 1 on the top or the bottom, as long as one of the quantities that you're using is a 1 so that things cancel out. The other conversion I need to do is the meters, and I just did that one here. So I have 1 foot is equal to 0.3048 meters. Okay, so now my meters are going to cancel here, and my kilograms are going to cancel there. So now I have pound mass times foot per second squared. And we know that in the conversion to pound force, we need a gravity. We need a gravitational constant there. Okay? So now I need to say 32.174 pound mass foot per second squared is equal to 1 pound force. And so if I do out all this arithmetic, then I can write the final answer at the end over there. So this factor label method is a very convenient method to convert units out by hand. And I think that you'll find it very useful in converting the units at the end of a problem. Remember that in every problem that you do, the problem statement will specify the units that you're supposed to use at the end. Okay? And so this method gives you a way of getting to those final units.